PBA just keeps evolving. Recently, a new concept in the game was announced, but when team bowling makes its debut on January 27th, it will actually be a link to the game's past.
Prior to the professional bowling that fans know today, team bowling was extremely popular in the late 1950s and early 60s, thanks in large part to an all-star team known as the Budweisers. That team and others like it helped spawn a professional league which, some 50 years later, is the inspiration for the PBA's new team concept. Anticipation for the new 8-team bowling league is high, especially from its celebrity owners. NBA All-Star Chris Paul, NFL stars Terrell Owens, Lamar Woodley, and Jerome Bettis, comedians Kevin Hart, and Chris Hardwick, whose dad was a Hall of Fame bowler, Billy Hardwick. Recently, at South Point, each of those owners was represented by a franchise player at the first ever PBA League Draft. The 8 franchise players are going to be selecting their team for their owners in the next few moments. First up is Hall of Famer Norm Duke, and he's been getting a lot of input from his potential teammates.
I've been more popular the last week than ever in my life. I got guys calling me, telling me, man, I'm in great form, striking every shot. They're even giving me their scores in league play.
With the first pick in the PBA League Draft, Norm Duke selects Rhino Page.
It was certainly an honor when you get somebody like Norm, who's somebody I looked up to my entire life, to say, hey Rhino, I want you on my team.
Joining Norm and Rhino on the Dallas Strikers, the team owned by Terrell Owens, is Hall of Famer Amleto Monicelli, Mike Machuga, and Brian Smith. 4-time PBA titleist Bill O'Neill made Nico Koibinemi his first pick for owner Kevin Hart and the Philadelphia Hitmen. Mike Devaney, Chris Loschetter, and Dick Allen were also selected by O'Neill. Jerome Bettis was represented by Mike Fagan, who tapped Tom Smallwood, Mike Scroggins, Ronnie Russell, and Jesse Buss to play alongside him on the Motown Muscle. Finnish two-hander Osku Palermo gave the Pittsburgh Jackrabbits an international flavor by choosing Sweden's Martin Larsson, Canada's Dan McClellan, and Denmark's Thomas Larsson to join American Patrick Allen on that team's roster. Jason Belmonte selected Wes Malott, Andres Gomez, Parker Bone III, and Dave Wadka for Chris Paul's LAX team. Chris Barnes picked Englishmen Dom Barrett and Stuart Williams to join himself, Josh Blanchard, and Nathan Bohr on Chris Hardwick's Silver Lake Adam Splitters. 2 of the 8 teams are currently unnamed until their ownership is announced in January. The franchise player for the first of those is Hall of Famer Pete Weber, who chose Tommy Jones, Scott Norton, Jack Jurek, and John Zerbinski to be his teammates, while Sean Rash went with Ryan Simonelli, Ryan Schaefer, Walter Ray Williams Jr., and Jason Sterner to make up his team. A new era in professional bowling begins when PBA League competition kicks off Sunday, January 27th, live from Thunderbolt Lanes in Detroit.
Well, Randy, what's new is old. Team bowling coming back.
Yeah, it's come full circle now. And I think it's going to be great for the sport. It's going to be very exciting to get the greatest players in the world teaming up with each other. I look for some great things in the future for professional bowling and for the PBA Tour.